everyone, Jennifer Maker here, and today I'm joined by Greg, Mr. Maker, and we are going to unbox, set up, and play test an XTool D1 Pro laser cutter and engraver.
To my understanding, this is the least expensive of the XTool line of laser cutters. We got this one for $399 during a Black Friday sale, and we've been saving it to set up with you.
Yep, we've been saving it up. So you can learn more about the XTool D1 over at jennifermaker.com/XTool D1. I'm going to put the link up on the screen. For those who are unfamiliar with laser cutters and engravers, these machines use a really thin, focused laser beam to cut away material, which is unlike something like a Cricut Explore or Maker, which uses a blade or rotary tool. Okay.
When you use a laser to cut, you can typically cut harder and thicker materials than you could do with a blade. So when you're ready to step up to cutting things like wood, yeah, or things with fine detail, a laser cutter and engraver is the best tool.
Yep. And because we know many of you are on budgets, we are starting with this bottom rung on the XTool ladder. The XTool D1 is an inexpensive diode laser. It's also just 5 watts, which is not a powerful laser. It's capable of detailed engraving and cutting through things like basswood at up to 3 millimeters thick in one pass. That's just over 1/10 of an inch. So you can get the XTool D1 in 10 watts and 20 watts. Okay, but the 5 watts that we're doing is just 1/10 of an inch. So this is important for this one, right? The higher watts, 10 watt and 20 watts, they can cut through thicker materials. So if that's important to you, you can get those. Now notice that at the link below that I've put here, jennifermaker.com/XTool D1, that has some higher wattage XTool D1s in there. Okay, but we're using the 5 watt today.
Right.
The 10 watt and 20 watts are available, but they are more expensive, right? So keep that in mind. But we're curious what an inexpensive laser cutter can do, and we know you are too. So we're going to start here. So Greg is going to begin unboxing the XTool D1, and we'll explain everything as we go along. We are unboxing this live and in real time, so you can truly see what the experience to set it up is like. So this will not be a polished video that glosses over the issues and makes it all seem super simple. Our goal is to show you what it is really like to set up an inexpensive laser cutter like this and get it going. It's important to note that while we have been using laser cutters for years, how many do we have now? We have a lot at this point.
Yeah, we have 2 Pros. We have an Aura. We've got now
2 Glowforge Pros.
Yes, Glowforge Pros.
A Glowforge Aura.
The Aura. Yeah, we have the
Fecta that we just set up. Yes. So we've been using them for years. We have not ever set up or used an XTool. So this is an authentic unboxing. And our goal is to be able to do a successful test run before we finish the video. Will it work? Will we be successful?
If the machine works, then it will work, because I have never once had a tool or machine that I have not been able to get to go unless there was something wrong with it. So.
We are tenacious, right? But keep watching to find out. So you can go ahead and start unboxing. So the XTool D1 is marketed as a good laser engraver and cutting machine for those who are just getting interested in laser crafting. Okay, so a beginner one. Now this is a diode laser cutting machine, which is essentially an LED, which stands for light emitting diode, that is super bright and powerful. The light is pushed through a lens where it is focused to a very narrow point. XTool D1, for example, has a 0.06 millimeter ultrafine compression and can do detailed engravings. Diode lasers can cut some solid wood, MDF, leather, cardboard, and some dark acrylics. But diode lasers cannot cut through nor engrave clear acrylics. All right, so in the box, I'm hoping it's materials and a manual.
Yeah, it's got to be a manual, right? But this is very interesting.
So this is like anodized aluminum.
Yeah, this is an aluminum, and it's got a protective blue film on it.
Yep.
You can see that there. Wasn't
okay.
expecting to find that.
They gave us the materials.
Also, this is a nice size. This is like 8.5 by 11, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
All right, cool. What else
cork.
we got?
I see some cork.
So I guess we can cut through cork. That makes sense, right?
It's always helpful having those test materials. When we did the Effecta, it gave us these 3 tiny little things.
Yeah, they were really tiny.
So in addition to that, there is a cork mat. It's kind of interesting. It's got like 2 textures.
Yeah, it does. A fine one and a, yeah. So I guess it can cut some cork. That's good to know. Basswood, balsa wood. Yeah.
Nice board. Like it,
oh, this feels like basswood. This is pretty thick, actually. Can you see how thick this is?
It actually looks a little laminated.
Yeah.
On there. You can see
oh, it might be plywood.
Yeah, like a plywood. Yep, very nice plywood.
Okay. Cool. We will use this. We'll try using this for our project. What's that?
This stuff is exciting. I like these little things.
I can't even tell what it is. Is it tools?
It looks like more materials.
Oh, good.
They did not cheap out on the materials, I'll tell you.
Yeah, this is much better than the Effecta's materials for sure.
Like
the Effecta was these tiny little things of like squares.
These look like acrylic discs.
For
like,
for engraving.
Yep, they're pre-drilled holes.
That's interesting.
They actually feel really
I thought that
heavy.
diodes couldn't engrave clear acrylic.
Well, hold on.
Maybe what?
These feel so very heavy, but I guess they are just.
Are they glass? Is it possible they're glass?
I think that's glass.
Aha, glass.
Which is.
That does feel like glass. Yeah. So there's glass in here. Okay, cool.
2 of those.
Well, that's good to know. 2 of those. Cool. What's that? Oh, another piece of aluminum.
They look like aluminum.
Little aluminum business cards for
like
engraving. You know, I don't
actually know if they're.
I don't think that you can cut metal.
They feel like very thin aluminum, like if you.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Cool.
There's 4 of those.
Cool. So the four of those. There's like a black one in there. Black, magenta, cyan, and yellow.
Oh, this is interesting.
What's that?
So I see this and I'm like, what's this little thing? Looks like a little ink pad. It's got a plastic. And then I find this little piece of wood in here. This is like a stamp blank, would be my guess. You engrave away the material and then you use it as like a stamp. I'll bet that's what that is, which is pretty cool for a kid, to be honest.
That's cool. You can make your own stamps.
Yeah. I've definitely done like wooden block kind of printing stuff with a laser before, so they're really giving you. What is it?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Now this, it has a consistency of rubber, but there's a word for this.
Yeah, it's really floppy.
But I forget what this is.
Does it have a piece of?
It doesn't say here, but hopefully it will say in the manual.
Yeah, none of these things are really labeled, but it's like a rubber, but it might be something else. So.
And this.
They can't see it. Move it over. There you go.
This almost looks like vinyl or something.
It does look like vinyl.
It's strange.
I don't know what that is. Is it a mistake?
No. I mean,
Does it come off?
I don't know. Interesting.
Okay.
We might have
mystery material.
Mystery material. Nice box. It's a good presentation.
There's the box. Yes, yeah. I agree. We'll set all these things over here.
This stuff reminds me of like the Razor
Yes,
products,
the Razor.
computer products. So they had that black and green on there.
All right, what's in that one?
My guess is this is our manual.
I hope so. I hope it's a good manual.
Well, all right. It's already a good start because, we have this. We have a
Magical Things Made by XTool. Material guide for laser cutting and engraving. So this talks about what you can cut or engrave.
I'm seeing PVC stuff in there, ABS, HDPE, polystyrene,
It's giving
polypropylene.
This says exercise caution when processing these. So, right, because there's definitely some materials that you need to be really careful about cutting. They will emit toxic gases and that kind of thing. So this is explaining that, which is awesome.
Yeah, in fact, if you get into the nitty gritty here, it says when you use laser modules that emit 455, what is this?
Nanometers, I think.
Nanometer, NM, laser beams to process materials with blue surfaces. Most of the laser beams are reflected rather than absorbed.
Right.
And you need to increase power to ensure proper. Very interesting, actually. Like,
it's really awesome that they're explaining that. Safe materials, so you can cut. So
it says you can cut most woods: plywood, composite woods, MDF, engineered woods, paper, cardboard, carton cardboard, cork, polycarbonate, Depron foam, which I can't say I have.
So you can cut all of those.
Cloth.
Oh, and cloth.
Cloth, yeah, felt, hemp, fiber, cotton, leather. You can engrave on glass, ceramic tiles, anodized aluminum, painted coated metals, stainless steel, stone, marble, and granite. That being said, this isn't like a crazy powerful laser. I don't know how well it can do. Oh, this is nice here. Cut and engrave materials.
Here, show that to everybody.
Yeah, look at that.
You can see all of the things here that you can cut and engrave or engrave only with this laser. So cool.
This actually,
and then there's a little inspiration of home decor, handmade goods. Look at all these cool things that you can do. Festivals and events. Oh, I love how they're giving us inspiration of all. There's actually this cute little book. I love it. What does this say about acrylic? Explore the beauty of acrylic, right? So this shows black acrylic being cut. Interesting.
I'm not sure if this is like a generic book
I know,
that's
what if
included
it's,
in
right,
there.
because I'm not sure. I guess we're going to find out though.
Yeah.
All right, so
this is very nice.
An inspiration make book is what I call this.
Now we have the XTool instructions, the D1 Pro Golden Red. Oh yes, we got it in red.
We got it.
So
in
we'll
red,
go
yes.
through all that.
Okay.
This is the Quick Start Guide. Now I gotta say, these two books, this is like 50 times more documentation than even came with the
FECTA that we opened. Yes. So already I feel like we're off to a better start.
I think we are off to a great start.
All right, what's inside?
Nice.
Here,
ooh, look at this.
Pretty. It's pretty red.
It feels very similar to when we did the FECTA, like everything was all laid out here. Basically, we're going to have 4 sides and then like an axis arm.
All right. Quick start guide. Let's actually follow their little thank you. Thank you to us for purchasing. You're welcome. All right. So unbox and check that we have all of these things. So let's go ahead and do that. And then let's maybe set them on a table so we can identify everything. So these are the plate components right here. So let's take those out. So we will have to assemble the plate components together to make the box. It doesn't come pre-assembled. I really wish it did, but it doesn't. And there are 5 plate components. And 4 are red, 1 is gold.
See, that's that little antenna there. Just like
yep.
that other
Okay,
one.
cool.
It also has those little riser feet on there.
Cool. And Brenda says there should be a list of the materials you got. I'm sure that there are in here. I see that there is an A4 sized aluminum sheet right here. So we'll just, it looks like everything is listed on here that we got. So this is the shaft.
Yep, just like the other one.
And another plate. Plate components, it calls these. Okay, and we can back this up a little bit to give you more space there. And then this is the crossbar, I think, X-bar, whatever they call that.
This is what will be.
It'll move.
Traversing, yeah.
Right, the X and the Y. The X and Y on the right.
I have to check all the little secret panels. Here's 1/2 of the power.
Power supply right here. Plastic. What's that?
This is, let's see, there's like a printer style cable.
So like USB cable right here.
These are going to somehow connect into the circuit board there.
These look right. Okay, there we go.
This is probably a.
And it calls them actually USB cable, motor cable. This is a motor cable and a limit switch connection cable according to the directions.
This appears to be some sort of lubricant.
Okay. Everyone can see what that looks like.
The other half of the power.
Right, so the power cable. Put that there.
That's all.
Is that everything?
Yep.
Always check your boxes. Sometimes things are hiding under layers.
I think this is our laser itself. It is. Probably gonna.
That's a laser module.
We'll leave the module inside the bag for now.
That's a good idea. Yep.
Protect it.
I agree. Good idea.
Do not want to be touching mirrors and lenses, that kind of thing. So.
Yes. It's in an anti-static bag, I think. Or looked like it might have been. Whatever's protected. Let's keep it there.
And this little mystery box.
That is the part storage box, maybe? Let's see. Little mystery box.
little box of mystery. Oh, look at this.
What is this? Oh my gosh. Look at this cute little box. Do you see this? Look how organized this is. All the little parts are in here. Oh my gosh. I love it when things are organized. This is really cute. So this is the parts box. So I'll close that up for now. And what's that?
Look at this. It's safety glasses, also in a little storage case.
Oh my gosh,
Here's
this is
some,
so
zip
much
ties.
nicer than the Fecta.
I
Sorry,
got
Elego.
Sorry,
Cable ties.
guys. This is so much better. Yeah.
It's even got a little storage case
It's
for the
nice.
glasses. Oh. Those are cute.
Got some rad shades here.
I'm so cool. All right, cool. All right, safety glasses. And I see also that in the part storage box, it tells us exactly what we're supposed to have in it. So you see there all of those, the hex tool. So it's got a screwdriver and a hex tool, all the things we need to put this together, which I really appreciate. All right, ready to put that aside?
I wonder if that larger sheet is because I'm not seeing any sort of
Any
protective
kind of-
plate.
any plate,
So I wonder
yeah.
if that's what that is.
It just says aluminum sheet.
Aluminum
A4.
sheet.
I guess we'll find
My
out.
guess is that is what that would be for.
All right, let's get rid of this box, shall
Okay. Yeah, let's get. Here, I'm gonna put these things. Wait. Oh, she always,
Okay, is that
she always
everything?
makes a huge mess when we unwrap gifts.
we? It's true, I do.
Yep.
I just toss it
That
over
would be
there to
my
the
thing.
side.
Well, I gotta say this isn't so bad. I think the fact it was far more overwhelming.
Oh, really? For sure.
Yeah.
So far already, I feel more confident about our ability to do this.
I mean, you open the box, everything's nicely organized and protected. You have inspiration materials. You have a big instruction book. Yeah.
Awesome there.
Yeah, we're
so
good.
there's all of our parts. I'm gonna move these all over here so we can see all of them.
Some of these
There's the
components are
shaft
zip
here.
tied into place so you don't
Oh, yeah.
move them out
See
of
that?
position, which is nice. Keep them nice and tidy.
Yes. All right. So the secret to getting ahead is getting started. Are you ready to go on a creative journey,
I am
Greg?
so ready to go on a creative journey.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, assemble XTool D1. All right, so the first step is to, they're noting that there's no scissors included. Well, thanks, we have some scissors. So they want you to, maybe we should identify which parts are which, A, B, C, and D. So let's put them together in this orientation just like this.
Yep. All right, so we have some larger ones here.
And I also have another camera that we're gonna try. I don't know how well it'll work, but I'm gonna give it a try. So we can get a side view as we're doing things. Let's see here.
So this
is it.
is C.
There we go.
I don't know how useful that is from the...
I'm working on it. You want to see it from overhead though? So there we go.
Just to
overhead.
see how it...
Yep.
So this is C. As you can see here.
All right, that's C.
This, I believe, is A.
Okay.
Notice it's got the little feet on
And
it.
I feel like we're gonna we can't see the bottom here, so
You might need to zoom it out.
we can try zooming it out a little bit more. It's about as far as it can go. So we'll need to move this back a little bit so I can see. There, yeah. It's a little bit better.
This is B. For button, I guess. I don't. The fact it had like a whole little control panel here. This is just a button. I think most of this is done through the app or software, which we haven't got to yet. And then this here
is D. This is D.
I believe this is T.
D. All right, awesome. So I can turn the page if you want.
But we should get some scissors.
Oh, some scissors, yes. All right. Actually, I don't even have them here. Can you use the little craft knife? Or do you want scissors?
No, I can.
Okay.
I would recommend scissors.
All right.
For
Well,
other
I will
people,
find some scissors then.
Because the last thing you want to do is cut into
It's true. We wouldn't want to
an
accidentally
electrical
cut
component.
a little wire or something.
Yes.
Here. Cricut scissors.
All right.
All right. So, yes. So we need to cut the little zip tie. Right. That's shown right here.
Yes. I'm assuming we're cutting them all. They haven't said yet, so I guess we can wait. So I did cut that one.
Okay. So there's not a lot of words. It's like IKEA. Or, right.
That's
IKEA.
okay. That's okay.
So it's saying to put it together. Is that what that's saying?
I believe like they're telling us to kind of fit it together there. So I'm getting so many little phone calls today. All right. Oh, I see. So what they're showing us is that we need to assemble these so that our ports are kind of lined
Here, and
up.
I'll move his.
That's,
There,
yeah,
I can see it better.
Yep. Just like that. So there is our power, our on
Here.
and off switch.
Let me show them with the camera. Now that I have this camera. There. Show them the power and the on-off switch. So there's the on-off switch.
The power.
That's the power, and that's the the USB cable.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we had this little portable camera here so we can show you things close up.
They show assembling all these pieces before screwing them in, but I can tell we should probably just start doing it.
Do it one
in
at a
fact, we're
time?
going to need these screws.
Okay, so let's get out this super cute little organizer. Oh my gosh.
Oh, look, there's even a little screwdriver in there.
There is a little screwdriver in here. There's a tiny little screwdriver. Okay, we can assemble that. Here's all the screws.
All of them? They're all in one bag?
Yeah, let's double check how many we're supposed to have again.
16 of these.
There should be 8 of the
I think there could be.
8 of the M4, 16 of the these. They're both M4, but the ones are longer.
Yes,
Actually, they're all called the M4.
They're all in here.
Okay, good.
They're all in here.
That's what matters.
That's fine. Just a whole. Normally, they're all in
faces back
little
up here.
bags. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna just screw them in one at a time.
But not with a screwdriver, I don't think.
No, let's use your little.
It's
Show
nice.
them. They can't see it. There you go.
We did this the other day. I don't know, like,
We showed everybody this mini screwdriver. Do you remember this? It's called. Ours is called DY Life, but you can also get them from WowStick, and they're just like battery-operated mini screwdrivers. They're super useful for a project like this. So we don't need your little screwdriver XTool. We're going to use ours.
To be fair, like oftentimes when it comes to like electronics, it's a good idea to use like a little screwdriver like that, because the last thing you want to do is use a drill and start breaking components because you're pushing them in too hard. But I have a lot of experience with this stuff, and this little drill here is very small, so
Yeah.
it's not going to be much of a problem.
And I should be able to show them what you're doing too. There.
If everything lines up correctly, it should go right in there.
Excellent.
Just
Cool.
like that. And it looks like we're going to have 1 screw on the top, 3 on the front. So I guess I'm just going to start putting in some screws. These will be here.
Okay. Look, you can see what we see. Isn't that exciting?
I know. Look at your
you
comments.
Can see, this is all your comments there on the side. I saw a question about what's that magnetic mat. So the mini screwdriver that we're using, it comes with a little magnetic mat, and which is perfect for putting your screws on, assuming they're metal, right? So they don't like roll off the table and onto the floor and are lost forever. So yeah. All right, and that's all of them, right?
That's for that corner. It looks like each corner is going to have, as you can see it there, just 4 screws to each corner. Yep.
Awesome.
Well, this camera's handy. Look,
It is handy.
They can see all that silliness in the back.
Yeah, it's fine. If you want, I can set it over here. There. And I don't think I have to show you screwing in the other 4.
I don't think so.
All right. Does anyone have any questions for us while he finishes screwing the 4 sides together? Because that's all he's doing is screwing them together. I'm going to look through the comments to see. Nicole says, I got the drill first. It came yesterday. Awesome. I think it's a great stocking stuffer. In fact, Greg got some as gifts already and gave them out to his friends. Do we have the link for the screwdriver? If you go to jennifermaker.com/wowstick, you will see the link to the screwdriver and the mini drill. There's 2 different, there's a one that just does little drill holes, super nice, instead of getting it out the big drill. And then there's this mini screwdriver. So jennifermaker.com/wowstick, or just search for, wowstick screwdriver on Amazon and you'll find it there too. Stephanie says, with the 2 of your dynamics, I feel like I'm watching a talk show.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh, wait. Someone wants to know where your magnetic pad is.
Oh.
Maybe we already lost it.
No, it's in the box over there.
Oh, okay. We haven't lost it. So is something sold out? I see comments about things being sold. Oh, is the screwdriver already sold out? Sorry. We made a whole video about it. The video's doing well. I'm not going to say it's our fault, but this has happened before. I'm sure it's just an awesome, popular tool. So whenever something is sold out, just keep checking. You'd be surprised at how quick things come back into stock on Amazon. It's really rare for something to be out of stock for a long time. Sometimes manufacturers or product companies, they'll put it into a different listing on Amazon, but usually it just comes back into stock a day or 2 later. Speaking as a person who buys a lot of stuff on Amazon. Renee says the laser machine install looks smoother. So far, this is so much better than the Effecta that we did last week, which was very confusing.
I gotta say, I was kind of dreading today. I'm like, ooh, it's not like I'm on camera that often, so I'm not super confident doing it. And I'm like, oh man, that one was a real pain in the butt to put together. So, but I feel okay right now. Things are going well.
I see a question. She's asking what you're doing right there. Can I show?
Oh, what?
What you're.
So
you see what he's doing? Someone's asking about that.
If the screws are perfectly aligned, the drill will put them in.
So they're not perfectly aligned. So
well, sometimes they are, So what you can do is, in fact, I'll turn on the little light there. You can actually still twist the tool like a little bit of a screwdriver. It's kind of like a ratcheting screwdriver. See how it's turning there, but you can also turn it to get a little bit tighter. So that's what I'm doing.
That's okay. Someone was wondering if your battery had died.
It had not. No. This has only got so much torque to it, and really you should make sure everything's aligned as possible. But sometimes there's weird little burrs on screws. Sometimes there's things are warped.
All right, I'm going to look ahead to see. It's just more putting in screws. So we're just assembling the frame or the box or whatever we call this thing here. And I'm sure it's got a name. I'm looking to see if it has a name for it. The next step will be. Oh, it says there's a note here. This is an important note.
Uh-oh. Should have read it.
The screws are used to set the tension of the timing belts. Do not fully tighten them.
That's fine. They're loose.
Okay. Otherwise, the timing belts may be damaged. Okay, so that's important to know.
That was true on the Fecta as well.
Okay, all right. Stacy says, was that a Black Friday sale? It was, yes. We got this during Black Friday, and we saved it to unbox with you. Because I get so many questions about the XTool. We have a laser engraving group that we started this summer, and a lot of people there have XTools, or they're asking questions about them. So that means that we need to understand them too.
I think that's it.
Okay, cool. Well, then the next step is, I'm going to show everyone what that looks like. So there it is assembled. All right, so our next step is to put the shaft in, and this is the shaft here, and there is a diagram of what we're supposed to do.
This is the nervous part, because this is where the Fecta messed up. The machine to traverse, it uses these belts, right? See the top there? Mm-hmm. And in fact, this thing will basically attach on to the belt. It's got teeth on it. That's what's turning the belt, essentially. And on the Fecta, one of these belts, it was actually put in a way that it was kind of like upside down, and the belt didn't match the instruction.
Right.
This is all like, I believe this might be a one-piece belt, but the other one, it had two pieces, and I had to figure out where to secure them. It was kind of a big hassle. I'm actually trying to get a shot of it. I think it's right there. That's where that axle is going to go. But I need to make sure I'm checking my instructions here. Yep. Okay. It's interesting that they don't have many words on these. We were joking about the IKEA thing.
Yeah, but look, it's just pictures, which I actually really like.
So
everyone can use it, I think.
So yes, they're showing us putting a collar onto this, which should be in that little parts box. This is just like...
Is it in here?
Yeah, it's this. Right here.
Okay, see? Cute little parts box.
And it sits right over that axle. This collar, there's a motor that's also got a little shaft like this, and it's going to be sticking out the other. The collar kind of will sit on top of both of them, and then you tighten it, and then it combines the motor with the shaft, basically. Okay. Ooh. The other one was way too tight. I couldn't even do that. All right.
All right, so...
But you can see here in this diagram, we are feeding it through the belt, just like this. Make sure that belt's sticking out down there.
Colleen says, these are great. It really lets a person know what they are up against in building these projects. Totally real life. Yes, this is totally real life. You want me to do anything or move the camera?
I just need to trying to hold it in the view for the camera.
It's too hard.
It makes it hard to
I can just move the camera
to see where I need to be. Like there should be in here. There it is. This is what I need right here. Let's fish it out. See, that belt. I needed that little belt loop.
This is really helpful. I love this camera. It's just helpful just for me to see. It's even hard for me to see what you're doing sometimes. So I love this.
Yeah, see, so this is going to grab onto that belt. Just like that.
Ah.
But, I'll flip it back around here so you can see it. To get it on camera, we have to hold it in ways that we wouldn't normally.
Yeah, so I appreciate everyone's patience as we work this.
So this goes on here, and if you look, there's like a little grommet.
Oh, or kind of little grommet. Yeah.
Not a grommet. Grommet's not
little,
the right term.
Little hole.
Yeah, like a little bearing thing. I think it's going to go through there.
Okay.
All right, so it's sitting in there now.
Let me get a close-up of that, what it looks like. So there it is, sitting in there. Okay.
And so if you look up here, actually.
Where?
This is the motor.
Right?
Okay. See how they line up now?
Yep.
So the collar will slip over those two, and then that's going to get tightened in, and it will combine the motor. So when this motor turns, it's going to move these belts.
All right, awesome. So now what? What's the next step?
It looks like we're moving up the collar like I just did on the video. Mm-hmm. Slide the two sliders down against the front plate.
I see a question here. You keep going. I see a question about if these are ever assembled before you get them. So yes, there are more expensive ones that are assembled. Remember, we are starting with the least expensive XTool, right? So with a lower price point comes more DIY on the other side, your side. You have more to do. So if you want more assembly, you'll need to go up to other models of the XTool. For example, I believe the M1, the XTool M1 and the XTool S1 come more assembled than this. They also have enclosures. So that you know and understand that there are other ones. And of course, if you go to another brand like the Glowforge Aura, it is all assembled. All you have to do is like attach the laser module. And it's very simple. It's like literally just putting it into place.
You get the feeling sometimes that what you're paying for a little bit of it is like the assembly, like the Glowforge Pro or the Glowforge
Aura.
They are expensive, but you take them out of the box, remove some packaging material, and you're good to go.
Right.
So.
Yep. So keep that in mind, right? But I know that there's many people on budgets or who just want to try it out or are also totally comfortable doing this kind of thing. And so this is for you. It's also helpful because if you see this on sale and you're like, oh my gosh, here's this XTool on sale and it's awesome, you have to know that there is assembly that comes with it, right? And we are trying to explain to you how to assemble it. It isn't really all that hard. It does have instructions, so you can do this. You can do this. All right, so what are you doing now? Do I need to show it or not yet?
Oh, yep, and just getting in the right position here. So what we're doing is, you could probably, I don't know if you want to do it from the top or the side.
Which one would look best?
We have two sliders here. These are the things that are going to traverse there. You can see them in gold. This kind of reminds me of Iron Man, you know. It's like this one.
I think he has an outfit like that.
Yeah.
A suit. He has a suit like that.
He has an outfit. He has a superhero outfit. It's not even a costume, though. It's kind of his job, really. It's having us bring these two sliders down against the front plates, which is what we've done there.
Here, so let's show everybody here. So these sliders right here,
You know,
these the gold things.
We're making sure that they're down.
Yes.
against
Okay,
the
cool.
front.
Let's make sure that doesn't tip over.
I can't believe somebody razzed me about like, where's your magnetic screwdriver plate or whatever for my little tool?
Because you mentioned that you lost yours last time.
Do you know how long it's been since I have like misplaced a screw? It was like last night, actually. It would probably be a good idea. I just forgot it. So, to be fair, it doesn't attach into this cool case of tools, right?
Yeah, if it did, that would make it much more convenient.
Like I can't, like if it could slide in here.
I know. That would be so much
I mean,
better.
this is aluminum, so you can't even attach it to this. So, I blame anybody but myself. So, all right. So we've done that. So far, so good on this.
Yes. So
Oh, this is, I actually did something out of order. This is where we would tighten the collar, because you wouldn't want to tighten this collar here.
Oh, I can't see that.
That one.
Okay. Yeah.
Until these things were in place. Mine was still pretty loose, so it was okay. But
okay. All right. Looks like we're going to use.
Though, can I see that screwdriver? This is actually a really good point.
Yeah.
I'm talking through this thing, which is really silly.
Here's the little screwdriver that they provided.
Yeah.
I'm just going to screw that in.
Yeah, so they have this nice little two-sided screwdriver here.
There.
While I do like, I'm going here.
Okay.
while I like this little DIY drill, like for a lot of putting in these screws, sometimes when you come into a situation where you need better torque or more precise turning, it's better to use hand tools to make sure you're getting sufficient turn on these things. Like that screwdriver couldn't turn these sufficiently to lock them in place. If these aren't in tightly, this thing will slide free, and you're like, why is my laser just sitting in place, and not like moving? Well, that it might have let go of that collar.
All right, cool. Well, good. We used a screwdriver.
All right, so it actually looks like we are going to be doing some electrical, which is always a intimidating part
So
of
do
this.
you need this part?
It looks like we are looking for the longer piece.
This one. This one.
It looks so much longer in the picture, but I guess not.
Not this. So not this little one.
No,
Okay.
definitely not the little one.
All right.
So we're going to carefully unbend these wires. They came all bent up, but especially if your machine was just on the porch and is cold, and these wires are cold, do not come in here and just roughly unbend them, or you might break the wires. This is like a bundle of 4 little copper wires, and it would be easy to break. All right, so I see that we need to pay attention to these. I don't know if you want to see that there.
Yeah. All right.
See this? Tick, tick, tick. There's 2 ends in this wire. I'll lay them out there. They kind of have different shapes to them.
Oh, yeah, they do. Okay.
See that? Mm-hmm. So this is the right one. This is the wrong one.
Okay, so that's important.
One's for one side, one's for the other.
Okay.
It matters because they will fit into things differently, basically.
Okay.
This one here that has these 2 little prominent channels sticking up, and it's having us plug it into the board here, right there.
Okay.
Oh wait, let me double check. Make sure everything's good. Oh, here we are. Flipped it around. Yes, because you're looking at it, see there's like 2 little cutout
Here, I can
pieces.
get really close and we can see.
These are definitely not you don't want to force them in and bend these tiny little pins in there. So you have to make sure that they are the right. They push in.
Excellent.
Little click.
Okay.
And then it shows us running this across this
To
way
here.
and over here. Not super focused there, but right in there. So now we've connected this motor to this board here. So that's what's controlling the board, or the motor, rather.
Great.
I got to say, this is going really
It is so much
easy.
smoother than.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Zip ties.
Oh, zip ties.
No
Okay.
scissors are included in. They want you to know
Zip ties.
that you need your own scissors. your own scissors.
We've all got scissors, so not a problem.
I mean, you
Yeah,
show me a
share-
crafter who doesn't have scissors. I'll show you a crafter who needs to buy scissors. That's ridiculous
I'm
to
sure
say
there's
that.
a great deal on scissors on Amazon right now.
So what we're doing, this is nice and simple. There's these holes on the side. We're just taking a zip tie, putting it underneath the cord here. Soup.
Yep, got it.
We're just zip tying the that cable.
Why
to
do we
the-
zip tie it?
Because we're keeping it out of the
Out
way
of
of
the
that
way
little
of
axle.
of the shaft?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
And there's 3 of these to be done.
Okay.
Because you definitely don't want them hanging
Is
loose.
it supposed to be really tight?
You don't have to overly tighten it, because they're not going to let go here.
Okay.
We can see how much that's helping already. See that wire all
Yep.
tucked in there?
Definitely.
Yep, that's what
Okay.
we're doing.
All right.
3 of them.
And then this one right down here.
Because belts, gears, and motors do not like loose components. All right. And then all we do is we chop off the little ends of these.
Yay.
Oh boy, this is the exciting part.
What's
Party.
the exciting? Greg, what's the exciting part.
I'm going to set this here right
Okay.
now so we can focus on it.
Okay, we're setting it out of
So
the way.
this is what the laser module itself is going to be attached to. So this is like the entire thing will kind of move front to back. And then this little carriage here, or whatever they're referring to it, normally it's a carriage, will actually go left to right. So it's like front, back, left, right.
Oh, I'm just moving
see?
the camera because it was the monitor. There we go. That's a good shot there. All right. All right, so we have to cut off the white cable ties, but keep the black ones. It says that in the manual.
This is important because if you cut off the black one, you cut off the way that they're restraining the cord. So they've done it there.
Yep. So only cut the white cable ties right here. I'm sure these were put in place to keep them secure during shipping.
It's going to be holding, yes, and it's going to be holding all the cable bundles together.
It's okay, Catherine. Catherine is like, oh no, I just saw that Greg used your Cricut scissors to cut that strap. I gave them to him. I am allowing him to use these. It's all good. We're all good.
Also, we have like
a lot of these.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yep. Okay. All right, so we have no scissors are included in this. Yeah. They want you to know, but at least they're clear.
They're being really clear.
I will say, because I would rather somebody keep telling me that they don't have scissors because I'm not going to ask them for scissors. Cut off the white cable ties, keep the black ones.
Trying to get a good
Let's orient this in the way the instructions show it. Here's another stepper motor. See, just like that.
Okay.
Just like you had, these look identical to like the motors on my 3D printers. That's another prime example of a thing where you can buy a fully assembled 3D printer and it is really expensive, or you can save yourself hundreds of dollars by building it yourself. Right. So my favorite like filament printer, like the Prusa, the Mark IV is the one I have now. It takes hours to do the assembly on there, and it's actually kind of complicated. But, for hundreds of dollars more,
you can order it mostly assembled.
Yeah.
Not entirely, though.
Granted, Prusa has it on lockdown because they actually come with a bag of Haribo gummy bears.
Yes,
and
you can like use them while you're assembling it. You can eat them.
Yes,
you eat them while you're assembling.
They are in the instructions.
Part of the instructions that you.
So you will complete a phase, and then it will have you eat a certain number of the.
That's what we need. We should every assembly should come with like jelly beans or something.
But if you buy the assembled one, you just get to eat the gummy bears.
I think we're on the.
Yeah, so we've cut this. I've oriented the unit like.
Okay, so bring the camera around so you can see. All right.
So here we can see these cables. Oh, yep, we got that one too. Make sure. So this bundle here has a white, yellow, and red component. This one has a white component. This here, however, does not look like anything that we have.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's a different cable. I guess we're going to see it.
I guess. Yeah, maybe. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it in there.
Are we missing
Because normally
something?
it would go to here, right? But I don't.
So it's supposed to look like. You mean this white thing?
Well, yes. So see if you turn it up like this. There's a cable that plugs into that. I don't see that.
I don't see that cable either.
It might be a different cable that's going to go in there.
That's scary. But let's just keep going. Let's not let that.
So they're bringing a lot of attention to it, which is kind of
right here it is
interesting.
again.
Maybe it's. Oh, I see. This is why we must be very cautious. So we look right in there. Is it in there?
Yeah.
Totally looks like a normal component. It is not.
What is it?
That's that cable.
It's tucked down.
It's tucked down. So I could see a person contacting support and being like, okay, so I don't have that connector. Well,
okay. Well, yeah. So it's tucked down in the rail. Okay.
Yes.
That's good. That's good observation.
That's
good job.
So, but now we have that connector.
Yeah. So that goes. Does it connect in there right now?
Yep. We're going to put it in there right now with a click. Let's make sure we line it up carefully. Not so much a click. But
okay, no click, but at least it's in. Okay.
It's in there. So that is going to be pairing it to whatever little board that is. All right. and you can actually see the carriage there. See?
All right, cool.
All right, this is the exciting part. So we're going to be mounting this whole assembly into the frame, which on the Factor was a huge pain in the butt because you actually had to line up everything and feed a screw just through a hole. So we're going to align this like this. This probably should be a top down here.
There we
Let's
go.
see if we can get a little further.
And we can move. Can we move this so they can see it all?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
You want me to try to move the camera back at all so we can get the whole
I don't
thing
know
in?
how much
more we can go back, right?
that much it will matter.
Yeah, a little bit more. Here's our laser module sitting over here.
So what we're doing is I'm looking for the side with the stepper motor on there. And these are going to attach into these tracks here. It's actually really convenient. These little brackets are gold, and these are gold. So it's actually gold on gold, which makes it.
Here, let me see if we can get a shot of maybe this one. I'll try this one first.
Well, so look over here. Maybe you can.
There. Yep, so it's going to go right into
so
there.
it's going to go into there. It's going to get screwed into that.
Okay.
Things I like too is they actually have these screws kind of color coded there.
They do. They have.
They're like painted.
They're like
with a colored band or a little colored dot.
That's nice. That's cool.
This is always awkward to do by yourself.
You want me to hold something? You can hold it.
Let's see if I can do it.
Okay.
This is a good example of when alignment is difficult. So I'm just putting this in loosely right now. And it's just to kind of hold it in place here. All right, so I'm actually going to flip it around and do the other side. I don't have to show that.
Yep, I don't have to show that.
I'm repeating the exact same process. With
I'm going to catch up on comments here. Yes. I want gummy bears too, everybody. We totally needed gummy bears.
You know the printer to buy if you want some gummy bears.
Elizabeth says I showed up late. Which tool is this? Which machine is this? This is the XTool D1 laser engraver and cutter. And it requires assembly, so we're assembling it together with you so that you can see the whole process from being in the box to hopefully we're going to be able to cut something out and to have a really cute design I want to cut out. It's an ornament, and it's actually a preview of an upcoming Merry Maker Mingle project. So, and I think you're going to love it. So we have wood to cut it out of. So I am hoping it's going to work out and we can put it on our tree when we get home tonight. That's my goal. Okay, Vicki says, we have all these different brands. So if you compared these 5-watt models, would they all be a true 5-watt or would some be less than 5 watts? So I'm not sure, you mean different brands like, okay, so Glowforge is 6 watts or 8 watts? I don't remember right now. So it's not 5. The Glowforge Aura is higher than this one in wattage, right? And we're talking about the wattage of the laser, not like the motor or anything like that. So that's an important point.
I don't know if the number that you're seeing on the 10 necessarily.
This is a 5-watt.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a 5-watt.
And there's a lot of questions about the capabilities at the different wattages too.
And we think that it's more than just the wattage. This is what we're, as we unbox and use different diode lasers specifically, we think there's more to it than just the laser wattage. So the jury's still out. We're going to form our own opinions. But what I'm hoping to do, actually, maybe in the new year, I don't know yet, but is to actually get out all of these lasers that we're playtesting and compare them side by side.
Can we get top-down view? Or I guess you can do the side too as well. I just wanted to say, so now we have those,
Sure.
the screws done there. So this
So it slides.
is able to,
Excellent.
we're
Okay.
gonna kind of keep it. So this is really exciting. So how long have we been doing this? Like a half an hour.
Yeah,
Right?
I would say
As
we are
flip,
so much further
as
ahead.
we flip to,
Then-
oh, I have to put in another screw there. It looks like there's a long blue one. I got to do that. But the next page, if I cannot tear it, 80% done.
Oh my gosh, I love that. They told us that we're 80%.
I know.
It's like they probably know. We're like, okay, when is this going to end?
Well, this is so much easier than the other one. Oh my gosh.
I know PD says it's so much faster than the other one. I agree. This is going much smoother, for which we are both relieved, because that was a crazy video. But we persevered and we got it, and we were able to engrave a design. So we did it. All right. So what's the next step?
I have to put in these little screws on the end that I missed.
Oh, okay. So you're just adding some screws that you missed. No
Yep.
problem. Okay. Let's see here.
Now
So
the excitement of 80%, I stopped paying attention to the instructions. Plenty of time to be excited when it's done and on your workbench.
okay. So I see a comment here that says, just wait till you guys get into a CNC router. So we have used CNC routers many times. We have a really cool makerspace here in Ann Arbor called MakerWorks. That's right. I'm getting the name right?
Yep.
MakerWorks.
MakerWorks.
And that's actually, so we were going to use we actually use CNC routers long before we ever started working with what are essentially all of these crafting tools, including the Cricut, the XTool, all these things that have this motor and this crossbar and with a tool on it. They are all CNC devices of one kind or another. So you can have little ones like a Cricut, which all they have on them is a blade and it cuts paper and vinyl, to something that has a laser like the XTool or the Glowforge, which can cut more thicker materials too. A big CNC machine, they have them that cut plywood, wood. So that's what we've used before. I think there's even ones that cut metal. Isn't there?
They
can.
No,
They're
sky's the limit when it comes
Yes.
to like CNC.
right. So
technology.
CNC is kind of a generic term at this point in my life. I used to think of it as just wood too. Initially.
Laser and plasma cutters, routers, all
It's so
that stuff.
cool.
Yeah,
We
no,
love
very
all the
cool.
tools. All right. So what's next? So we've used them, but we haven't assembled them yet. Yeah, the big ones with that do like 1 inch thick plywood. We have used them though. We have made furniture with them.
Well, I'm going back to check here. It seemed like something was
Are we missing something?
like, what's going on here? This looks like
I'm gonna put on the overhead. So did we miss a page, or we just?
I wouldn't go that far, but I'm seeing that they're showing this cord.
Oh, being attached. All right. So
is
yeah.
being attached. There's nothing to attach there. I think they're just saying that the cord's going to have to be in this position.
Okay, they're just
Right.
letting us know that
Because there's
when
nothing. There's nothing to attach it
right.
into there.
When we put the
so-
laser module in, that's
yes,
probably
I'm sure
what
it's going
connects
to plug
it.
into that.
Okay.
But it was worth taking a look. Yeah, because here, especially, it looks like it.
Okay. So are we up to the 80% page now?
Now we're at the 80%.
Ooh,
page.
80%.
All right, so we are showing this small cable, I believe. Yes.
So we are on the little, which cable? Show me.
We have to. It's showing a little cable up here. Okay.
Oh, that little one. Okay,
But
got
we're
it.
actually going to be plugging in a whole bunch more here. See?
So, oh, yep, I see.
Yes.
I've got that little tiny one right here. All right, so we've got that one.
We're going to plug in all the smart stuff. All the stuff that needs to communicate.
Give Greg a gummy. I don't have any gummies. I have
So-
cookies.
The first thing we need to do here. Oh, we got to work on this side, I see. So if we look over here. See them?
Yes, right there.
These little white things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We got to connect these two.
Okay. We're going to use that little cable to connect those. That little cable had a name, but I don't remember the name of it. It's on another page right now. So it's the littlest cable.
The littlest cable.
Tara, it says, when you go to the website, it shows 4 different machines. I don't see one for 360. We got that price was a Black Friday sale price. So just so you know, I was letting you know how much it cost us. So my recommendation is that, first of all, I don't want anyone to rush out and buy anything. Like, you should consider whether you need it or not. Okay, always. But watch for sales. They go on sale pretty frequently. Okay, yeah. So yep, we got it in.
Plugged it.
Excellent.
We're going to now be taking a magical trip to the other side of the machine here. Okay. And I need these.
Sorry.
She keeps stealing my instructions.
I'm not stealing them.
She likes that workspace tidy for videos.
I do.
So my instructions keep disappearing.
Yeah, so watch for sales, okay? So ours was $360 or whatever it was. I don't remember anymore, but under $400. So just keep that in mind. But you've got the link, and then you know where to find it.
So if we see in here, see this little circuit board? This is the brains of our machine.
That's the brains. Okay, cool.
And we need the nervous system of our machine essentially to connect in. Unfortunately, this is easy because it's going to be red on red, yellow on yellow, white on white.
I know, that's really easy. That's awesome.
You're kind of coming into a weird angle to put this stuff in, however.
Yeah. Here, I'll try to go over here. I'll just follow you. And
my hands will probably just be in the way, honestly.
Yeah, probably. We'll just look at it from here. I don't think that we need really.
It's funny. This is the hardest part, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I agree with that.
I don't know why they would do it like this, but this is the first red mark on the homework right here. Is why am I doing this?
Why is it so hard?
So why is it in at this weird little angle?
Let me see over here.
I got the red one in there. Now we're on to the yellow. They
just like really tiny, and they're just hard to.
They just don't give you enough cable to.
So there's not.
You basically
a lot of
have
room.
to do a 290-degree twist of the cable and then get it into this little socket.
I'm curious. Does anybody in the chat today have an XTool? Let me know if you've ever tried one. You've thought about getting one, anything like that. I'd love to know what everyone's interest is in it. And of course, I'd like to know when someone out there has already got one, because it's really useful. Plus I can ask you questions if we get stuck. When we were doing the FECTA last week, we definitely had some folks in the chat who were able to help us when we started going off course, and that was really useful.
They had to go through and figure out what the instructions wouldn't tell you.
Right. And we had some people Google things for us, which normally we would do when we're just sitting here, not on a live video. Like if we get stuck, we'll just go Google it. But that's difficult to do. So that was really nice. I see some people that do have XTools. Terry, you have a P2. That's awesome. Sean has an M1, but it's still in the box. You should get that out of the box and use it.
Yeah, what's it doing in the box?
She might not be ready to set it up yet. But if you're feeling overwhelmed, I understand, I get it, but I think it's best to get it out of the box and try it out. The M1, as I understand, is a lot easier to set up, a lot easier. I haven't done it myself yet, but we've been researching it. So the M1 is, yeah.
I think I finally did it.
Let's do it. Here, let's take a look and see what it looks like when it's all done.
So you have to plug these in, but they're at an angle. So you have to go into the thing and then turn 90 degrees. And the cables are so short. Look at that.
Yeah, they are really short.
Yep.
Okay, well, good job.
Yep.
You did it. I do see a question here about, is there a budget-friendly one? This is the budget-friendly one. This is as far as I know, this XTool D1 5-watt laser is the least expensive XTool that there is. And I mean, honestly, so we did unbox the FECTA last week, which we did get for less money. Do you remember how much the FECTA cost? The FECTA was a 20-watt laser, so they actually come in 10 watts. That one is likely cheaper. I'm pretty sure it's cheaper. It was also really difficult to set up. So that you know. But we have a video on it, so you can watch that video if you are curious.
I mean,
about
knowing
that one.
more about it now, it's easier, but it wasn't easy at the time. Again, it was 3 hours of trying to understand it.
It was, yes.
So we are using some zip ties to secure cables, just like we did before.
Okay, cool.
This guy here looks like we are.
I see a lot of people have the M1. Excellent. Corey says, what laser machine did Greg use to make the ornaments used in last year's village? What an excellent memory you have, Corey. That was the Glowforge Pro.
Yeah.
We have a Glowforge Pro here at the studio. We have one at home, also a Glowforge Pro. And that's what he used. That was our first laser cutting machine, was the Glowforge Pro. We got it 5 years ago now, I'd say. We've had it for a while. So we've been using it for quite a while, and we really like the Glowforge Pro. It's also really expensive. So
I know a lot of people think it's too expensive, but I love mine, honestly.
Yeah.
I have never had any issues with it.
Yeah, we really like the Glowforge, but we know they're expensive, so we're exploring other laser cutting machines, right? That is the purpose of doing this, because we like it when more people can play with us and make things. We want more of you to get laser cutters so we can make more laser cutting projects. That is the ulterior motive here, is to get more people on the bandwagon with us, and we can play together more. So we're looking at different possibilities for you so that you can find things that work for your budget and work for your needs too. So you are just putting more cable ties on?
Yep.
And that's really exciting, but we can still show it.
It is so exciting.
It is still useful to see what you're doing. If we can even get that in there. Cable tie.
Just this cord, can't have that loose in a thing
Right.
that's got a laser on it, so my big hands are just gonna...
It's fine.
in the way
We can
here.
see what you're doing. It's all good. All right. So, yep, just putting things together with the label ties is all we're doing right now. All right. So, Judy says my husband has a 20 watt XTool D1. Yeah, so it's interesting. So we got this 5 watt on Amazon, but when I went to XTool's site, I only saw the 10 watt and the 20 watt available for sale. So I don't know why that is. It just is. Kayla says you should do a retreat, like 10 people. Come spend a few days at the farm and learn from you in person. And it's my idea, so I am the one that comes.
Yes,
Okay.
Nobody's talked about it before. She is the first. Wait, who said that?
Kayla. Kayla said that.
She's going to be the guest speaker there.
You can be the guest speaker, sure. Maybe one day we'll have something in person at our farm when our studio is built. Maybe. We don't know yet. We'll see. But we would like the option to, so we're certainly building with that in mind, right? And we're getting really close to being able to do a groundbreaking, and I'm really excited about that. So I'm hoping maybe it'll be in January, and we can do like a little video or photos of it, and we can show it to people. It would be really nice.
Okay, I think this is okay.
All right, so we got all the cable ties in. Everything is moving clearly, not getting stuck. That's good.
Yep, I think so. Ooh, this is the exciting
laser
part.
module.
The laser module.
This is the laser module. Would you like a pair? Oh no, it's got a little zip. Do we give any warnings before we start? Anything? Oh, it's all photos. It's fine. Show the camera what it looks like. Show everybody. It looks kind of cool.
Oh, it
It
is.
looks totally different,
actually,
actually.
it's very similar. So that's the actual, like, I don't know what they call it, emitter or...
Here, let's get in close and look at it because we can't really see it. There. The emitter.
This be the laser.
Yeah.
Precautions, all that stuff.
All the safety stuff.
This is the plate. It's kind of like a camera boot kind of thing, which will mount to that carriage. And then that cable we were talking about will plug in there. Cooling fan. And then this is like this colored shroud will help with the light emitted by the laser itself.
Yeah, yeah.
You definitely don't want to
look at it, right? Just like with the Effecta, you don't want to look right at the light. That's why there's glasses too, safety glasses.
Also, we need this little guy here.
Which little guy?
See that? It's probably in your box there.
Oh yeah, that is.
I'm not 100% on these. I'm assuming these are part of like, we saw one on the Effecta too. I'm assuming it's a like part of like an air assist kind of thing.
Yeah, we don't have the air assist.
Yeah, so it's like a tube that will.
So is it this thing?
Yes.
Okay. Put all the little. We're almost. All we have left is from hex screws, which we haven't used. This little chip here.
That's the card.
That's the card. Yeah. We had that with Effecta too.
So yes, so there's a little port cut out on the side there. And so my understanding, even though I haven't used this, kind of spoiled by the Glowforge to be honest, is that air will get kind of pushed through that and into the unit. It looks like this.
Does the Glowforge have air assist built in, do you think?
I mean, I guess you could think of it that way. Oh wait, what do we got going on here? It's almost like...
I see some comment from Ken about 10 strangers in my studio, and I didn't acknowledge it. I didn't see the comment, so that's all. I'm just paying attention. So I'll scroll back and look for it.
There's like a little clear sticker over that thing keeping me from... see it? Look, a little sticker.
Oh yeah, I see it. I'm trying to get in close so we can see it. It's on the little.
I don't see
right
them.
there, yeah.
They're showing me installing this.
Yeah.
They don't show removing the sticker, but I'm assuming we do because
I would think that you'd have to remove the little sticker.
I see that there's like a little plug for this in that parts box.
Oh yes, there is a little plug for it in the parts box. Yeah, it was this little guy right. See it down there, right down there. There it is. It's hard to show. Getting it out. All the little pieces are coming out.
Do you have a weeding tool here?
Right here, this one. A weeding tool?
Yes.
Check the.
I didn't see one.
Right over it. Then I'll go grab one. I think that I've got.
It's so nice actually handling this. So like if you've handled like the actual like a laser portion of the Glowforge, you basically there's so many things you can't touch because they have like lenses and mirrors and anything that has a smudge. You're super out of focus there. I don't know how much that matters.
There.
So I don't see it telling me to do this, but I'm gonna do it.
I can get a shot of that. You're just taking the little plastic off.
Well, no, because then there's evidence that I did the thing I wasn't supposed to do.
This is evidence that you're doing the thing you're not supposed to do.
I mean, it seems on there pretty good.
Maybe, like, how would it work if you didn't take off the little sticker?
Well, like maybe some people, if they don't have the assist, needn't bother.
Oh, so maybe that. So, but does it say anything about? Let me check.
But because it has a plug on it, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna remove it.
Right.
Besides, I might want the air assist.
Yeah, we might want it. I think you can buy it separate. Put that back for you. So there's your instructions.
I was terrified she was gonna say like it said it right here. It said don't remove it.
You're such a rebel, Greg.
Under penalty of law. All right. So now then, shall we try again?
Yeah.
Yes. Much more satisfying now. See, it goes right into there. Oh. So yes, I think that like there's a little air tube that would run into that, and it blows it into that chamber there. We don't have it.
An air assist blows away the materials as you're removing them with the laser. Yeah. That's the idea.
The Glowforge tends to suck all the stuff away from it, basically, is kind of how that's designed. And then it has a little stopper, which we're going to put in there. This is so much cooler than any sticker. So that is why I did it.
Okay, cool. So we've got that part.
Yep, so we've done that. It looks like we are mounting it to this.
Okay.
Right here. We need to spend careful attention looking at how this is going to work here. So first of all, we have this cable that comes up over the arm. And if we look at the diagram here, before this thing clips in there, it's focusing on the closest thing. There you go. Instead of just plugging it, it has to go through this little channel.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense. And then
this is one of the few times you're allowed to look directly into the laser emitter, I might add.
Yeah, so you should always be very careful around lasers. Very, very careful. There's safety glasses for a reason. Is it just on the wrong way?
Nope, turned it around. There we go.
It can damage your eyes. So we don't look directly at laser beams.
I mean, lasers destroy Alderon, so you need to be careful in a workshop environment. Okay, there we go.
All right, got it.
That's plugged in. Set that down. This time I'm going to turn it. It's so exciting. I love these toys. I really do. So we have a little tension screw right here that's going to be ultimately used to fix it into place. Oh, this was on the Fecta too. These were new to me. I didn't know about this. The little leg that comes out to like test like
like a
height.
Focus height
the
or
focus
something,
height.
I think they call that.
Yeah, like
the Glowforge does it for you automatically, or it's different.
Well,
it's just,
there's a focal height that you can set.
Right, but yeah,
so.
It's just not.
Anyway, we're going to be putting it right onto that thing, just like so.
All right, cool.
I don't know how far down it's supposed to go, but we will see. All right, use thumb screw to fit the laser module. Turn it clockwise.
You got all the screws over there? Using a screwdriver.
Rotate the handle back. They're not really saying how far down to do it, but I'm assuming I'm going to line it up here for now.
Okay.
Until I know for sure. Let me see
the little screwdriver.
This might be too big for this. Oh. It has, you can turn it manually. Do they have a little Allen wrench in there?
They do. They totally do.
Would honestly be easier.
Here you go.
I don't know if this is the right one or not. Nope, it's not.
Okay, let's try one there. There's three Allen wrenches in there. There.
Try that
This one was really tiny.
Uh-huh.
Is that the
There's
right
like
one?
a little...
Because if not, we've got this one here.
An Allen end on
Allen
there.
wrench.
I'm just seeing if I could start this before I...
Right.
Because normally how these work is they like ratchet. So like you pull it out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I'm getting it started there.
Pauline says, I don't have any intention of getting the XTool, but I'm loving the demo. Thank you, Pauline, for hanging out with us and watching us do it. And yeah, there's a question about this lever. This lever is how you focus it on like where the surface.
Well, I wouldn't say focus it. I think it's making sure like the height is
right.
correct.
But they call it. But I think they call it a focus.
Or...
They call it a focus lever, which is I agree.
Okay, well maybe that's what
it's an unusual like, but it's for determining the height of where your material is, so that the laser starts in the right spot. Right. It's not like the X and Y. It's more like the Z. I think that's the right way to explain it, if that makes sense. Go. Excellent.
Look at that. It's mounted. Nice and pretty. Ooh, I wonder what this is for. I want to...
What is for? Oh, I don't know.
I like accessories. All right, we're done. You may need to repeat this process multiple times. Yep, we did that.
All right. So what's next?
Tighten the screw to loosen the screw. Because if you ever had to remove this module, that's how you would do it.
Right,
that little thing. The handle is blocked. It's a whole lot of information about how to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Insert the TF card before using the XTool D1 Pro Golden Red. That's funny. Do they have to include the golden red in here?
Because it's different for other colors.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise,
you never know,
some
right?
functions may fail, such as the Wi-Fi connection-based processing, offline processing, and framing in processing preview.
Okay, so we have to get that card in now.
Look at this tiniest of cards.
It is really micro.
It is so micro.
Where does it go? Does it go on the...
So, we're going to have to look close here.
Right down here?
See in there? Look at that. There's a little gold thing right here. Look. See it?
Yes, right there.
Right there.
Okay, so it goes right in there.
Which is a interesting place for a card to go.
Cool. I heard a little click.
Yep, it's in there.
Tiny little click. It's so little. Okay.
There's all sorts of little things right here. I don't know what any of those do. All right, I'm gonna set this back down.
I feel like we got to get in really close at this
Oh
point.
yeah, oh yeah. This is so much better. I gotta say, I'm excited.
I am too. I'm hoping we're gonna make an actual ornament today.
Congratulations, you have completed the installation. We've got a little surprise in our software to make your first project creative and memorable. Download the software to get the novice task.
Okay, I have the software, by the way. The software is called Creative Space, and it works on Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android. It's free to download and use, so it's a great way to get familiar with laser engraving and cutting before you invest in the XTool. And the XTool Creative Space works with all the XTools, as I understand it. If you want to take a look at it, because you're thinking about an XTool, you can get it over at xtool.com/pages/software. And it actually looks like this. Ignore our pictures there. It looks like this, so you can download from all of these. And then I have actually got it already downloaded right here. And see that is the ornament that I'm hoping that we're going to get to do today. But it says to get our novice task. That I didn't see anything about that, so I just downloaded the software. But I think that we're going to have to connect it. So hopefully the instructions tell us how. It came with a USB cable, so we should be able to just connect it by USB. But I presume you can also, of course, you must also be able to do it wirelessly, because if you can use iOS and Android, then you can do it wirelessly. So it's possible that somewhere buried in these menus is the novice task. But I'm gonna see maybe it'll pop up when we connect it or something like that.
Well, let's start with the next page.
Okay, yeah, let's go to the next page.
We should put our little tools away. So if you will put the Allen wrench and the little screwdriver back in there.
And back into the little XTool.
Might as well put this little card in there.
I love this. This is great attention to detail.
Yeah.
Of course, the screwdriver doesn't fit, so you'll have to, but it comes apart. So I will keep it all together. Okay. All back together.
All right, so let's look at
proof
this.
that I put it away.
Let's do a little bit of a tour here. This is an indicator light.
Okay, with this tiny little light right here.
Yes,
I can
so
show
that is
what
like an
that looks
indicator light right there. Tiny little thing next to all the safety stuff.
See that? Yeah. It's not focusing.
This is the button.
Is that the go button?
They just call it a button.
Okay.
We have the hole for fitting an exhaust pipe. I was wondering what that thing was.
Right here?
Exhaust pipe. Thought that was for the air assist. Or maybe it's pulling the, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's what that says that is. Focal length setting bar.
That
was the silver bar that we looked at.
Which is over here.
No, I think it's on this side.
It's on this side? Oh, there it is. I see it.
So right here, you just clip that little metal thing right there.
Focal length setting bar, not focus. Focal length.
Yes. The nozzle connector, the laser module,
which is
the USB port, power switch, which we already talked about.
And those are right here. Power switch, power port, and USB.
Now we need to adjust the tension of the timing belts.
Okay.
Timing belts are these things we adjusted down the sides here. I These actually feel okay to me, though.
How do you know whether they're good or not?
Well, basically, you just need these belts to engage. Nothing's slipping, because there's teeth on those belts there. So everything's running smooth. Everything seems square.
Good.
That's good. So we'll just move on with that. If you needed to adjust these belts, you can actually see them here. Is there one on this side? Let's see. The easiest one to see. Oh, they're like right here. You'll see there's a little pulley. There.
There it is.
See, here's the belt.
Yep.
And then there's a little pulley.
Yep. So how
So
would
if
you
you
adjust
needed
it?
to tighten the belt, that pulley is right on the other side of this. So you would loosen that screw and see how it's on the slot. So if you need to tighten it, you could pull it back. If you need to loosen it, you can bring it forward.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
It would make putting in replacement belts really easy, I gotta say. All right.
All right.
So,
Look how we're doing. Look at this.
set the position of the laser module. So it looks like we are taking that aluminum sheet there to set the timing belt.
It doesn't. Is it telling us to put that there though?
Set the position of the laser module. Put the focal. It's funny. Again, just like the Fecta, they're not saying to put it down.
They aren't, which is weird. Like I feel like they should explain. These are all the things, but this is way bigger than.
Like, well,
it's way.
Is it?
It's like that.
No, like when you look at it on the diagram, it's not.
Okay. All right.
So. Because obviously you're not going to want to use this on a wood surface.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just going to put it in there kind of how they have it shown.
Okay.
Put the focal length setting bar down, which is when we grab this thing on the side.
All right,
here.
let's get a shot of that.
So we put down the plate. I'm flipping this out. See how it sits down there?
Yep, I see that.
Loosen the thumb screw on the side and slide the laser module upwards or downwards. Oh, I see. So I think what we're trying to do...
Where's the thumb screw on the other side?
It's on this side here. This is that one I was doing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're going to lower that?
So I'm going to loosen it. And it will allow this thing. And I guess what's happening is... We're lowering it until it touches the material, I guess.
Does
that
it
bar,
say?
It's touching that bar.
Yeah.
Slide up or down. After determining the position, tighten the thumb screw. So see, it does not say.
It doesn't say,
like
right.
Again, it's the Fecta was the exact same way, which makes me really suspicious, honestly. Like, why would they both say not to? They didn't say to put it down, and they didn't say to.
Yeah, I feel like they're both not being clear enough about what's going on here, because this is not.
Like, I don't know if these modules are being like made like in a similar like factory or something.
Right, yeah.
So maybe like that's what the issue and the manufacturer didn't provide. I'm not sure. Or it's somewhere else. It could be in a FAQ or something like that.
So Mary says, what surface should this machine sit on? What would you recommend that we put this on?
Well, something that, well, hopefully you're not going to burn whatever's under there by mistake, but something that's not going to get hurt, like a thick material, like honestly, like a solid wood or something like that. It's not like going to immediately catch fire.
Yeah, so not something like thin, like,
yeah.
Right, yeah.
Like I wouldn't put it on like a thin layer of material. Like I don't know as I would put it like on like an IKEA tabletop, you know, that's actually mostly hollow.
Right, yes, exactly.
Yeah, that
right.
would be bad. Something
right.
solid for sure. And not something precious to you like a, you know.
So Brenda says it should be a metal plate and then a honeycomb plate. Yeah, so we have a honeycomb plate in our glow forges, all three of them, and that we bought an extra one for the Fecta. This did not come with one, but you can buy honeycomb plates to put underneath your machines. So.
And we have one for the Fecta, actually.
Yeah, but it didn't come with this.
It didn't come with it, so
let's not get it out.
Yes.
This is going to confuse things.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely have the best.
Let's stick with what they're telling us to do for now.
Okay, so this is down. So I'm going to put it back up.
Okay, cool. All right.
All right, after determining the position, tighten the thumb screw, put the focal length setting bar back. We almost didn't do that on the Fecta, which is funny. Because again, the Glowforge, you just set the focus height, right? So set the position of the rear plate on the laser module only, or applicable only to the laser module of the 20 watt. Oh. So
we don't have to do this next step because we have the 5 watt, not the 20 watt.
Yeah, so this one has like adjustments that you're making on the back
for thicker materials that we can't cut anyways.
For 8 and 10 millimeter. By default, the focal length setting of the bar. I don't know if this is relevant since this isn't the one that we have. Yeah. Yeah, because see, it's adjustable on the side. Ours is not like that.
Ours is not. Okay.
Download and install the software. You can download XTool Creative Space, XCS, which is pretty awesome, at our official website.
You can also use...
Or you can use Lightburn.
Lightburn, which was true of the Fecta laser cutter as well.
I also like that they give you a full disclaimer that you need to purchase Lightburn.
Yeah, Lightburn... As I recall, when I got it, it has like a 30-day trial, and it's like a full trial. It's not like limited, but then after that, you have to pay for it. But I like that XTool. There's XTool Creative Space, and again, this is what XTool Creative Space looks like. I downloaded it earlier. So
I'd also like to point out that for those in the laser community here, the LaserBox basic software does not support XTool D1 Pro Gold and Red.
LaserBox basic software. What is? They didn't even mention there's Lightburn.
I think it's a common thing, so they're telling you that it's not.
Okay.
Ensure that the software.
So if that matters to you, right?
Ensure the software that you use is XCS and you have an updated XCS and the machine firmware to the latest versions. If the versions are not the latest,
does it tell us how to connect it?
Well, right now it just said to install it. So we have installed it. Next, it says to create with example projects.
Let's show them what that looks like. All right, so before starting your creations, you are advised to test the parameter settings and engraving performance first to prevent waste of materials. For example, you can engrave an area near the edge of a material to see the engraving performance, right? So we do that all the time when we're testing materials, all the time. This is normal. For valuable items especially, you can engrave on a substitute for testing. Okay, so they're warning us not to waste materials. I appreciate that. Okay, so before creating your works, you can place the aluminum sheet in the working area of the XTool D1 Golden Pro to protect your desk or floor from being smoked or burned. Okay, so that's what this is for.
And see, this is what we're talking about. Like, they're telling you to put the sheet in there when you go to make the project, but not when you're setting the focal length setting, which is
I think that
a little confusing.
when we put the piece of material under there, don't we have to set it again?
Possibly.
Yeah.
But it's weird for it to appear and not be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Exactly.
But it is really thin too.
Says that it is delivered with a material pack that allows you to start your creation. You can scan a QR code to find examples of projects and tutorials.
So here's what they sent with it: a bunch of wood and the anodized aluminum for engraving, some rubber stuff, some stuff we just don't know what it is. glass for engraving too. Oh, and this piece of cork. Which I assume is a material for us to do. Okay.
So yes, you can scan the code to find example projects and tutorial. Alternatively, you can click support on XTool Creative Space. So I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah, let's do that right now. All right, so here is XTool Creative Space.
All right.
And
you can click support. Do you see support?
Maybe over here. It takes us to
support. Okay, and then choose XTool D1 Pro.
XTool D1 D series.
D series.
Okay.
XTool D1 Pro example project files and tutorials.
Maybe somewhere in here. Basics and functions. Well, I mean, they have a bunch of things. I don't really see. I will search the page for example. Sorry. there it is. Well, there's an example project, making a phone holder.
Making a phone holder.
So if we click on that, it is a cut and engrave job, right? So telling us what we need, protect your desk or floor. Step 1, okay, we removed the protective film. Oh, it's actually
so they can't
leading
see
us.
This stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Now, I'm sorry.
There we go.
This is where I was. Let me just go back a little bit so you can see what I was looking at. So it took me, when I clicked on support, it took me to this page. And then we found, and here's the example project. And when I click on example project, here we go. There is a little phone holder. So it's got a cut and engrave on it. And it tells us that we need the XTool D1 Pro, which we have, and a computer with the XTool Creative Space installed, which we have. And then we need to protect our desk or floor, which we have. We put this piece of aluminum on, and we've taken off the protective film already. So that step is done. Step 2, place the sheet in the working area. Okay, so it is in there right now. Right, so here's our sheet of aluminum in there. Oops. Back to the web. There we go. All right, and then we need to connect the XTool D1 Pro to a power supply and turn it on. All right, so let's get that out. Go. And here, power supply. So we're going to connect that, and it's going to go right here. Remember, I've got that one over there, the extension cord with the 3-prong. It might be a better one to use. It's the little end of it is put into the desk grommet. Desk grommet. I think that's what they call those, isn't it? The desk grommet. All right, so let's plug in the power.
And the cable, printer cable.
And the cable. The USB cable. This. Yeah, so we can also attach that. We can. Do you want to like put this behind, so it's not in your lap?
I was keeping it out of the.
But we can. You want to just put it behind?
I want to keep it out of away from the laser.
Oh, okay.
Space.
All right. So that's a good idea.
It's okay.
All right. So USB. So we have an extension cable, so that we can. So put that in right there, and then.
The other end will go into.
Yep. All right, so cool. We've got that. All right, so let's go back to the page, our web page. I feel like I should fix these little cameras too. I'm gonna fix them because it's like weird that like we just love seeing our photos so much. I have not yet because they hasn't told us to.
It looks like it's on.
I haven't.
I see like a little laser crosshair. Maybe it was mistakenly. Is it in the on position?
Yeah. It was just mistakenly turned on. So let's turn that off.
That's fine.
All right, give me a second to fix our cameras.
But you're going to be turning it on, yeah.
So because it's just, I don't know. All right, so there's Greg. And there's me. Okay. All right, so we have, okay, and so it says to turn it on, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're turning it on. And when you turn it on, you can see right down here, see that little, get a good shot of it. So you can see the crosshairs, little LED crosshair. So you see where it's going to, we
don't know yet.
I don't know yet, yeah. All right, but we've done that step. Okay, so.
And the indicator light is on, which is.
Oh yeah, it is on. Which you can see right there. Doop. Indicator lights. Oh, it's not focusing. There we go, indicator light. Okay. All right, we did step 1. Step 2 says connect the XTool D1 Pro to your PC using the USB cable. So we have put the USB cable in and we've connected it. Step 3, place the basswood board in the working area of the XTool D1 Pro. So we have these two, they look identical. They look like basswood boards. So why don't you put this in to the working area of the XTool D1 Pro.
So it's not going to fit here. Do they have us raise it up?
Okay, well, the next step says, set the height of the laser module. So number 1, put the focal length setting bar down. So you must have to raise that.
Yep.
That whole.
So I'm putting that bar down. Okay. And I'm adjusting. So I put the bar down.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm loosening that screw.
Tammy asks if you have to wear protective glasses with the machine, and yes, you do.
Yep.
You should always do that with any laser.
Does it tell us to put it in any sort of orientation?
That's a great question. Let's see here. It doesn't even show it. It just, like, I guess there's a tiny little thing underneath. So let's just do it like that and hope that that's good enough.
So, yeah, you can go back to the main camera view.
This one?
This is the other thing, too, about, like my Glowforge has, like, everything's in enclosed volume, so you know where everything is at. It's kind of strange, like, that this moves around to me. But
it is strange, yeah.
But, you know, I'm not going to knock it till I try it. I might love it. Honestly. All right, so the focal bar is down there. So
okay, so you've loosened the thumb screw on the other side and slide the laser module upward or downward to allow the bottom of the focal length setting bar just to touch the surface of the board. And then put the focal length setting bar back.
After I tighten it.
Yeah, so it doesn't say to tighten it, but yeah, go ahead and tighten it.
Because if you don't, it would just fall down.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So.
And then you put that bar back up. Okay. All right, so step 5, set the start point for processing. By default, red cross light beams are emitted for you to locate where the processing begins. The processing starts at the point positioned in the center of the red cross light beams. All right, so you can see the red cross light beams right there. Of course, we're not exactly sure where it's supposed to be on the board.
We don't know yet. So right now I'm going to center it so it's perfectly centered.
We're going to hope it's going to explain.
Right now it's off to the left side of the laser itself.
Like this. I want to make sure we have a good view. I'm going to set this maybe right here. And move it down a little bit. There, that's an okay view. All right, so step 6, open XCS, which is open, and we'll go to that in a minute, and then click Connect Device. All right, so here is XTool Creative Studio XCS, and I am going to click Connect Device right up here in the upper right corner. And woo, found it.
Found it. That is a good sign.
XTool D1 Pro. Okay, so I'm going to click on it, and it is connected. New firmware version found. Whenever we get new firmware, we want to go ahead and fix that. And I need to fix our cameras again. It's just driving me nuts.
You should update it. Well,
okay, I'll start the firmware update, and then I'll fix the cameras.
Yep.
Okay, I'm clicking update. Before firmware updates, ensure that the update switch is turned on or the update may fail.
Update switch.
What's the update
Interesting.
switch?
There, I did notice that there is a little thing here. We're gonna have to check. See that right there?
Does it match the photo on the website?
Well, it is such a small photo.
It is. Look how tiny. Oops, that's the wrong one. It's this one right here. Look at this tiny little photo
that's
right
helpful.
here. Does it match that?
Let's see. Is this a switch? It is a switch.
That's really small.
Yeah, it's so small. So maybe try it.
Okay, we'll give it a try now. All right, so back to XCS and click Next. Firmware updating 0% completed. Disconnection may occur during software update. Please be patient and do not turn off the device. Oh, no, it says it failed. I'm sorry.
Try it again now.
It says it failed. Okay.
Maybe it comes in the update position.
Yeah, maybe we didn't have to do it at all. Okay, click retry.
But they should be clearer about that, to be fair.
It says update firmware after connecting the device. So it doesn't think that the device is connected now.
click on it again? Something popped up.
Yeah, it says, you see updating firmware after connecting the device. So it doesn't think it's connected. Maybe we just reconnect everything.
Maybe close it again.
Yeah, let's just close all of this. And let's maybe
connect the device again, maybe.
Okay, let's try that. So, all right, we're following a tutorial that's over on the website. Okay, so I forgot what we were doing for a second there. Okay, so we have connected our device. Now it says to download the project file to the local disk and import it. So I am going to be bold here, and I'm just going to not do their file. I'm going to do our file because I really just want to make an ornament.
What format is our file in?
I've already uploaded our file.
Oh, it's already in there?
Yeah, I did it. Okay. I did it this morning. It was really easy.
Let's do it.
So if we go back to the C, here it is.
We don't need any more phone holders anyway.
Yeah, I don't use phone holders for pretty much anything. So here it is. This is our family ornament. Isn't it cute? See, it's like a Christmas tree, and it says Greg, Chloe, Alexa, Hunter, Jennifer, and Butterscotch. All of us and all of our animals.
All of them.
This is going to be a Merry Maker Mingle project. And it's coming up. It's coming up. So it'll be on the Jennifer Maker blog sometime soon. But like these are so cool, cut out of wood. All right, so we have it in here. And I
kind of feel like we should change the orientation a little bit.
Okay, let's change the orientation. All right, so everyone can see what you did.
I just turned it because that's kind of the woodworking part of me is like the grain has to go the other way. I don't know.
All right, okay. So going back to the website, we're going to do our own project because we're just going to be rebels. So we have now, we're going to follow the instructions otherwise. So click the process icon in the lower, am I missing anything? I don't think so. You don't have to set any other parameters. The default settings in the project file are recommended. Okay, well that means that we don't have any settings for my project that I imported.
But I think we can figure it out.
I feel like we could too. So let's take a look at it.
Yeah, let's go back over there. So you can see on the right-hand side
right
there
over here.
All our options. Yeah.
Right. So we don't want to score it. We want to cut it. All right. So I just switched it to cut. It's vector. And we want to cut it, but...
What is this under setting?
Manual setting, it says. So we have to choose what power, because it's at power 1 right now.
Oh, okay. Well, it's hard to say what the recommended settings are. There's no templates for template settings?
I don't see that. So, I mean, I guess I could go back to the phone holder and look at that. Because right now at power 1%.
It's good to know what your baseline is.
It does.
So like on
is.
the Glowforge, you have a whole load of template settings. Like you can say, hey, what material is this? And you choose from a list and it will calibrate the machine settings for you. So not knowing exactly what settings.
I'm downloading it right now.
Yes.
And then we're going to come back here and we're going to upload it. And it was over here under this little file menu, and it was maybe open project. This is probably saved to the cloud. Import image is probably what it is.
Family name.
Nope, I do not see it in the list.
No, I saw it there, but it wasn't under.
Oh, no, it's not called family name. It's called phone holder, right? So on the website, if you go back to that, it says right here, 1.phoneholder-1.xcs. So it looks like this, and it wants us to do open. Okay, file open. All right, so we go back to here, and we go to. I don't really have a file open, but let's try this one. Yeah, we'll save this one, and we want this one, and open up that. All right, so here is.
There's definitely settings there.
Yeah.
So if you like click on like the red outline, which is what would be a cut file.
A cut file.
Like look at the power. Say power 100.
Power of 100.
Speed 3.
Speed of 3.
1 pass.
Yeah. Let's just copy their settings.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. So I have to go back to what I had, and I don't know where that is, but we're going to just try this. We're going to just try, I think it's right here. It is. Okay. So here it is. And the size of this is 5 inches by 5.7. That's the right size for that, right?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. So over here we've got it uncut, and it was at power 100%, and the speed was 3. Was that right?
I think so. Well, see, I already forgot.
I know. I also forgot to make a note of it. Give me a second. I'm gonna make sure that
that could be really slow.
It could be really slow. It's fine, but I mean, this isn't like a super crazy complicated project.
But you don't want the laser to linger too much on a piece of material.
Yes, but if they cut it out at this piece of wood,
I think it's 3.
Yeah.
I think it's
you want me to double check it?
I mean, I have a fire extinguisher, so.
We're just going to double check. We can just open this up right now. So there's the red.
Yeah, there 100. We go. All right.
Was there the power of 100?
Power of 100.
Speed of 3. 1 pass. And it is set to cut. Okay.
Yes.
So let's go back and open up our family name project, our family name ornament. All right. So here it is. It is set to cut, 100% power, and a speed of 3, which, yes, is slow. This is a 5-watt laser, so we shouldn't be expecting speed here, right?
And passes is the number of times it will trace over the same lines.
Yes, so just like with the Cricut, you can have more than 1 pass, right? So this has just 1 pass, so presumably it's going to cut it in once. All right, so let's go back to our tutorial to make sure that we're following that right. So that's back on the website. All right, so click the process icon in the lower right corner. And I'm just going to read ahead a little bit. The preview window is displayed. The green point indicates where the processing start point is in the design elements. Click framing to preview the processing range and ensure that the processing range is within the basswood board. So it's not going to go outside of it.
So you can see we have a green dot in the upper left-hand corner of the design.
Right here.
So that means that this laser needs to be in the upper left-hand corner.
Right. Okay. So let's go back to.
So we need to be able to.
So we're back in XCS. So click on this.
Yeah, where we were.
It just says framing completed.
Press the button on the device to start framing.
Okay.
And press again to perform framing. Oh, okay. Let's just. So here, look. So this must be the framing.
Okay. And so we'll click start again.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. It says to press the button to start the processing. So press it.
So we're stuck.
Look. It's progressing a little bit there.
Oh my goodness. What did you do?
Nothing we hadn't already done.
What? You just pressed the button again and now it's working randomly?
Yeah, so we had tried doing this before. The switch was in both positions. I'm just holding the button. Maybe the
combination of restarting the app
could be,
and pressing the button.
We tried doing the hold button thing. It didn't work. We've tried it in the switch with either way. It didn't work. We did it with the switch either way with the button held down. It didn't work for some reason. Maybe because we restarted the app, it's working this time. Well,
yeah. I mean, we had just downloaded it.
So far, so good.
Like sometimes apps the first time don't.
I gotta say though, having this little switch and this little button to be held up, you're having to hold it down when the thing is powered up. You should not be touching circuit boards when they're powered up. So you don't want to short something out.
It's not cool.
See, it says it was updated there.
It's updated. Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right.
So
press to confirm.
It worked.
So to be clear, the switch was in the correct position, what they said for updating. And I held the button after we restarted it, and for some reason this time it took.
Yeah, for some reason. So, and it's so hard to get a shot of this. It's like, right.
So do we need to?
I'm trying. It's
that small. It really should not be that small.
Tiny. It's like right there. That's a switch.
But so do we need to set the switch back now?
It didn't say anything about that.
All right. Well, we'll just see how it goes. Yeah.
I think we do. Why don't we just? There was no information.
It should be updated. So, like, if we go,
we can just give it a try.
Let's do a quick thing again here. Click in, and I'm checking for updates. Let's make sure we're on the thing. And Nope, we have the current.
Okay,
firmware,
so
it's
we
fine.
have the right
We
firmware.
should not
we have
need
made
to be
progress.
in any sort of update mode. All right, so we are out of update mode on the
They're
switch.
telling us to turn off the switch now.
All right, it is switched off.
Okay, switched off. All right, so now let's try opening up our project again. And this time I'm opening our ornament project because I don't think that's
No, we
the issue.
deserve a treat.
We do.
After trying to figure out what's going on here.
Okay, so
you're going to want 100 power.
100 power, and it was
3
speed.
Yep.
And remember, we got these settings from
One pass.
the other project. Okay. Process.
Frame. You want to frame it first?
Oh, okay, yeah, right, because we moved it. All right, we're going to frame it.
Yep. Click
and
it.
I'm going to move it over here so everyone can see. You see?
Click framing just to make sure it's right.
Okay, clicking framing.
We're going to press the button.
Yep. It looks correct.
Yep, seems okay.
Okay.
Click framing completed.
All right, so I'm ready to click on process. This is moved down a little bit. Let's move this up so everyone can see what we're doing. There we go.
So now, press it.
I really hope it works this time.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like actually nervous.
You know,
to
there's
press it.
You want to have a fun time, assemble and demonstrate something
in front of a live studio audience.
A live studio
It's
audience.
not a studio audience. It's a virtual audience. Okay, ready? Let's do it.
Press it.
Okay, so we've done all of this.
done
It's
all of
in
that.
the upper left corner.
The
That
laser
is all
spot
correct.
is not an option.
Okay, so
I would like to point out it is not flashing blue, which it was doing
it
before.
was before.
So here's to hoping. So
Pressing
press start.
Okay.
Now it is flashing blue.
It is flashing blue. Whatever, we're going to still try anyways.
Hold on. Press the button on the device to start processing.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to press it.
Press it.
It says processing now. Well, it's saying processing, but it is cutting in the software. Or the machine is cutting.
It says
But it's
processing.
saying it's processing. So that doesn't quite seem right, but we got something here.
It says time. Oh, it just tells
Time
us
used,
how much
yeah.
it's doing it. All right. Man, I hope it's not. I hope it's going to work. Everyone see this? We actually got it to work.
It's weird. So this is definitely not what I would call maybe processing does mean it in this case. Processing means working, I guess, in the XTool world. So
I'm checking the comments. Processing means cutting.
yes, okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think in some of the software I've used, processing is like the calculations made ahead of the work. So
I'm trying to see what it's doing.
it's cutting.
It is. All right. So we have no idea how long it's going to take. I will note that when you cut with the Glowforge, any of the Glowforge cutters, machines, they call them printers, but that's just a very strange word to me. Any of the Glowforges, it will actually tell you how long it thinks it's going to take. And it's always been pretty accurate. So we don't have any idea. I don't know, I'm looking at it maybe 10, 15 minutes based on the design.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, I take that back. Look at the processing right here. Look.
It tells you how long it's been.
Yeah, but there's a little it's filling up. I mean, it implies that maybe it's about 25% done right now.
Yeah, maybe.
So.
Okay, to be fair, the people who are asking about or saying that I need glass, I'm actually at an angle on the corner, so I can't see the laser. From my point of view, I can't.
I can see it, but
I'm
you
looking down at the motor and looking for smoke, or the fan and looking for smoke. I'm not actually looking at the laser.
Yeah, I can see it.
I laser all the time, and I don't want to ruin my eyes.
Chris says we deserve a whole case of gummy bears.
I'd rather like a cupcake or something.
I go for a cupcake.
I know.
Christmas cookies.
We could DoorDash one, and it would probably deliver
before we got home.
Before we left, yep.
We could. Yeah. Yeah. Well, can everyone see this? I don't know. I can't get any closer in. I might be able to zoom in digitally, though. So let me try that. I'm going to move my over here. And I might be able to get in.
Cupcake stack.
Oh, this is the wrong one. Yeah. We need cupcakes. All right, I'm going to try a digital zoom.
You remember how bright the Fecta was?
Yes, it was like blue. It was
super blue.
It was very different
It was
color
blue
than
like this, but it was so bright.
Yeah. So I think I was cutting out all the insides of the letters, so it looks kind of weird right now. So it's doing the insides, then it'll do the outline. I think is what's going on. What? Just checking.
No, just like.
Yeah, someone mentioned that the XTool time is not accurate. So but according to this, we're at like.
Well, it's showing us how
30%.
long it's been going, and then there's like a ring filling up as it goes.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate that is. It probably doesn't really matter.
You can see it over here.
Seems like our material is a little warped in the back there. I don't know if it's gonna matter.
It might matter. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, it's right here. The processing.
It's not producing a lot of smoke, which is I was worried it was going to be a little bit smoky.
Can you smell it though?
I can smell it.
Yep. So can I.
Cutting speed is
slow
compared to a Glowforge, which is
which Glowforge? Which Glowforge are you comparing it to? The Pro.
Well, yeah. I mean, the non-Aura, I guess.
The non-Aura.
But how would you say it compares to the Aura, speed-wise?
It seems similar to the Aura.
Yeah.
The Aura is not a very fast. It's not, which makes sense because it's 6 or 8. I can't remember which one right now. But it's a similar wattage. Its laser is a similar power to this one. So
honestly, aside from whatever's going on with the firmware situation there and the weird little switches, like this is pretty cool. Like I would definitely play around with this just to see.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely doing something to the wood. It's got that classic. If you've never experienced a laser, like a laser cutting wood, then the first time you do, you'll be like, you can like really smell it because it's essentially burning the wood. So it smells a little like a campfire in here, which is not a bad smell. There are, however, some things that when it cuts, it does not smell good.
Acrylic being the big one.
Does not smell good. And when you have an enclosure, or a filter, on all of our Glowforges, we have both an enclosure and filters. You can't really actually smell it until you open it up. And even then, if you wait a while, it does kind of dissipate. So with an open laser like this, you're gonna get all of it, all the smells you're gonna get. So that you are aware of that. I do like this. I do like the smell of when it cuts wood. I don't know. And MDF is actually even better.
Yeah.
MDF has like a matte. It's almost like cinnamon or something, or nutmeg. There's some smell that is I don't know what it is.
Yes, not all grades of it, but there's some MDF that is heavenly. Like if it was offered in a cologne, I would go with it. So.
Yeah. There's a question for you, Greg. How do you feel about the first one? Did you want to play with it like you do this one?
Okay, so here's my thought. I'm interested in the Fecta for sure, and I'm interested in this thing. In fact, they seem very similar to me, even though the Fecta is more powerful, presumably. I kind of want to, we were kind of in a rush. It was a very long and frustrating video because we had so many technical issues and stuff like that. So that kind of spoiled it for me. I'm like, I just want to go home and do something
else.
This one wasn't as bad, so I'm like, oh yeah, I want to play with it more. But honestly, they're pretty similar for me. Like the two of them, I just kind of want to put them side by side and have them race to do all the same things and can really dig into them. Mm-hmm. I gotta say. So I mean, I would love to play with both of them, and I will for sure.
Yeah.
But this one was so much easier to put together.
Yeah, this was a lot better. The instructions were much better.
Granted, the fact it did not fail on the firmware front, so.
Yeah, it might not even have firmware.
What? Oh, it has to have firmware.
I mean, it might not have the ability to update it, or it didn't. Yeah, it didn't have us do any updating, did it? I don't recall.
I don't know.
It was like a week ago already.
If it did, it was
I've
really
forgotten.
What is the wattage of the Aura?
Let me check, since I keep guessing at it and I don't have to guess at it. So I'm going to check that. This one is 5 watts. The XTool D1 is 5 watts. So let me check on the Aura. It's either 6 or 8. I have it in my blog post. $6 watts.
6 watts.
Yep. So it's really similar. 5 watts versus 6 watts. I mean, that's really similar. And the speed seems similar to me too. Now we can change the speed, but when you change the speed on something like this, it just, without the strength of the laser, you know, it's not going to cut all the way through. Is what will happen.
So for those who are new or have no laser cutting experience, it's like there's different ways to cut through, like with a laser, right? So whether you're scoring, cutting, engraving, they're all kind of a similar process. The things that matter is the intensity of the laser, which is like the material that you are burning away, because certain materials will burn slower. The intensity of the laser, like the more intense it is, the more you can burn through. But also like the speed that the laser is traveling, because if you are removing 5 millimeters of, cutting in 5 millimeters of material every second, you know, and you're moving at a certain speed, like it will change like the cut. Like, so sometimes a lower power or lower intensity laser spending more time on the project or on the space will cut deep, or a high intensity laser moving quick will cut the same depth. But there's also like number of passes. Like you might set it to cut the same thing. Maybe it only cuts in 2 millimeters of material at a time, but if it passes through there 3 separate times, it might cut through 6 millimeters of material.
Right.
So it's like the material, the speed, the intensity, and the number of passes all affect that. And you can definitely shoot the moon and go way too high. Like the laser might be so intense that it will
almost like vaporize.
You can flare. You can cause it to flame up, which isn't like a call the fire department like emergency. But what it is suddenly your wood project is scorched black and practically unusable.
Yeah. And I want to note that the XTool, and this is true of the Glowforge, and the fact that if it detects the flame, it will shut down automatically. Also, if you tilt this or it moves, it will also shut down. So there are some safety features in there. I just wanted to mention that because I hadn't mentioned it before.
Right. Yeah, it's that said though, you're supposed to attend a laser cutter. You don't leave.
You never walk away from
you
one.
never leave it.
Yep. You always sit here and watch it.
Because things happen, you know.
We're making progress. Look at that.
We are. It's kind of getting there.
We're getting.
Kind of looks like a bunch of weird puzzle pieces right now.
I know, but it's going to do a whole outline of everything and make our whole ornament. It's going to be awesome. I'm just hoping it cuts through like it said it would. We're using their materials, so hopefully we got it right, I guess. It's not a super thick wood, but also not really crazy thin. It's not like veneer either.
Yeah.
So.
No,
Holly is curious the desk will get marked.
I guess we're going to see very soon, but I somehow doubt it because it would have to chop through that metal plate.
Yes, right. Yeah.
That being said,
it doesn't cut metal.
Had you forgotten to put that plate underneath there, that would be bad.
We would have a permanent ornament on our desk for all time. This is a really nice desk. This is like it'll actually like move up. We never used it
like
that
a
way,
standing desk.
Like a standing desk. Yeah, so that would be a bummer. But yeah. Is this a is this a D1 or a D1 Pro?
This is a D1
This is a D1 Pro.
Yeah.
I think that's all they currently are selling.
Starting to go around the edge there.
Oh, it is. Look at that.
Yeah, honestly, lasers, like half the fun is playing around with the settings. So I have the Glowforge Pro.
Diane says this is a D1. No, this is a D1 Pro. It even said that in the...
yeah. I'm not sure what the big difference is, though.
Yeah, I don't know. If anyone knows, let us know.
But like I love playing around with settings. So like even though the Glowforge Pro, like it's a very powerful laser, CO2 laser, but compared to commercial lasers, it's not that powerful. But even with something like that, which is so much more powerful than this, like I can cut through an inch of cutting board or whatnot with the Glowforge, not a problem. But you can also change the settings. Like I've cut styrofoam, so you have to like lower the power so much because any heat near styrofoam will cause it to melt away. Mm-hmm. So it has to go super fast at 1% thing, and it's doing a project that normally takes 15 minutes. It might do it in 60 seconds because the laser's just moving so very quick. You can do chocolate. People cut chocolate on the Glowforge, or they'll engrave chocolate, things like that.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of things that you can do. You did some dice.
I did do dice. I did some custom dice,
Yeah.
Really, laser cutting, the thing that I really like is that there's a strong community, like in the laser cutting world, because there's a million things to be cut, and you don't always know like what the settings are.
Right.
Like Glowforge has a community that does that called like Beyond the Manual. Like hey,
all the weird stuff like chocolate.
Yeah. Like okay, so I want to engrave. Oh yeah, you can like engrave a picture on like a marshmallow. Like that's a thing that happens with laser cutters. But
so okay, but once you do is that safe to eat or is it just for display?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just the laser burning the thing. I mean, you can't tell me that a laser engraved marshmallow is any worse to eat for you than the charcoal briquette that people will overcook marshmallows into on a s'more.
It might require more research to know if
in fact, it's probably a cleaner burn. It's pure caramelization on that.
Pamela says we'll need a laser engraver cookbook. Yeah, I imagine if we continue down this path and do more projects that we would totally have a cookbook for a laser cutter. So for sure, because but it would be so different based on which tool you're using though. That's the only thing, right?
So if you look over here, you can kind of see smoke wafting.
Okay,
see that?
I can barely see anything with these glasses on. It's like everything is green and dark.
It's not producing that much. It looks almost done in the software. We're about 15 minutes in.
Ooh, look. It finished.
It finished.
Okay, it took 15 minutes and 38 seconds. Here is what the screen looks like. Complete. It took 15 minutes, 38 seconds. Okay, well. So
what's the next process? Follow the rest of the tutorial. It's going to tell you.
Okay, I'll have to go find it again because we moved off of it.
Did we close it?
Hang on, I can look for it.
I mean, we could probably press OK there.
All right, I'll just go. Yes, let's just press OK. Maybe it'll tell us. It told us nothing.
So it took us back to the top, which is fine.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't you see if you can?
Who wants to see if we messed up the table? Here's a hint: we didn't.
Look, the table's fine. All right. Want me to put it on the overhead?
In fact, we have a plate and...
Here, let's get a nice look at it. So this is what... Oh, it totally worked. I can see that it worked.
So worth observing. So this plate is completely cool and it's not hot or anything like that.
What about right underneath where...
No, my hand's underneath it.
Okay, so it's
fine.
All right, so...
one of the things to always look for is like the scorching. So like the smoke being produced by the process will sometimes colorize, kind of like stain the surface. Sometimes it can be lightly sanded away if it's the right material. Some laserable materials actually have a protective film over them that protect against it, so you just peel it off.
Glowforges do.
So the real question will be, did it cut all the way through? Because if the settings are wrong,
right,
it's not going to go through. It's going to only be partially done.
So let's see.
So we're ready to try? Well, let's get some of these early pieces here. You can see that kind of discoloration is not uncommon.
That's normal, yeah, so don't worry about that.
But you'll notice that it hasn't cut into this plate at all.
Nope.
In fact, it's this goopy little mess. Let's see. Sometimes you just kind of have to...
Yeah, like it's almost like it really is almost like a puzzle, and sometimes you have to kind of push it out.
Yeah, oftentimes
So
it's the material's thick enough that it will.
Thank you, Geneva. I can.
Yeah,
take
it might have cut through. It might. Yeah, exactly. No, you have to leave them on. They're very rad. And
Rad?
Yes, they're very rad. I was thinking of like those glasses that had like the lines on them. You know, like the
From that supposedly were worn in the 80s.
Yeah, that's what they say, but
who's ever worn those
I don't
glasses in
know.
the 80s. But they like show up in movies. I saw them in Hot Tub Time Machine when they went back to the 80s. I don't remember anyone wearing them ever. It's crazy. It's like one of those weird things that people think happened, but I don't think happened. Did it work?
So
Is it
yeah,
not coming out?
because the material is thick. So sometimes it looks like it's messed up here, but this is not uncommon here.
Okay.
The material is thicker, so what will happen is it will kind of turn sideways and hang on the edges, even though it's fully cut out. So sometimes you just have to push it through. Like, see, I'm cutting through there. In fact, if you look at the back of it, see, it is cut through.
Good.
It's
Well,
just.
I want to see it.
Oh. Actually, it looks like it's weeding a little bit better from the back here.
It does. And this is basswood. So if anyone's curious what wood this is, I think at least I think it's bad. That's what I think it's what it said in the instructions, that it was a piece of basswood.
I'm gonna say this is still so much better than weeding like vinyl.
Yeah, this isn't nowhere. This is I think it's better. But here we go.
From the jaws of defeat and frustration,
worked.
we have.
Oh my gosh, look at how awesome it is. We did it, you guys. All of us together. We did it. Look at that. That is super cool. Look at that. Good job, Greg.
Like if you had to make
We did
like 100 of these, you'd have one smoky room.
Yes. So you would need to look into. There's a filter that you can buy, and all of that. It's like we're not going to do that today. We didn't even buy it, so we don't have it. But you would want to.
Or even just using it like with a fan, blowing stuff out a window.
Yeah, you can always put on a respirator too. There's always that option. Like, pay attention. Yeah. So
that was just that plate again there.
Oh, I'm showing. Okay, I can switch it to that one.
Oh, it's fine.
I can see it. Yeah, this is normal. I've seen this on all of the laser cutters that we've had.
Yep.
It cleans off with.
It's like the residue. Sometimes it's the adhesive
like
that's
a Clorox wipe or whatever.
Yeah.
You just clean it off.
So these are reusable. It hasn't etched into the plate at all there.
Yeah. So look at that, and it's this is wood, right? That is wood. It looks really, really good. So. We are actually teaching everybody how to design these. If you would like to make them for your family, we are going to teach you how to make them from cardstock on a Cricut. But as you can see, once you have the design, you can make them on a laser cutter, which is, I think, more typical, right? So, and everybody can have these then.
Let me see one of those business cards there.
Okay. Here.
So this is like the thickness of a business card there, just for the purposes of.
Yeah. And that's just for engraving. You can only,
Yeah.
all you really do is.
So that's a nice
with these
cut.
is you
That's a
take
nice
off
thick
the
material.
little paint there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely a nice thick ornament.
Not too bad, not really.
All right. I'm super
I know.
excited. Look at that. We persevered yet again, and we did it again. We totally deserve cupcakes for that.
I will order them.
Can I have chocolate?
I don't know. I am the person that fixed it, so.
Okay, you can have sprinkles on yours.
Yeah, I get sprinkles, yeah.
Winners get sprinkles.
Winners get sprinkles.
All right, then that's it. We have successfully set up an XTool D1 Pro laser cutter, 5 watts. We successfully cut basswood into this super cute ornament, and we did it. I'm really proud of us. So remember, if you're curious about, you want to get more information about the XTool, the link below, jennifermaker.com/XToolD1 will take you to it takes you to both the 5 watt and the 10 watts that are available for sale on Amazon. A whole bunch of information about them there as well. And of course, I will keep this link up to date. So things will come in and out of stock, and we like to keep our shopping lists up to date. So even if you see this video later, we'll have put I'll go find the filter and I'll put it in there, things like that for you, right? So it'll all be in there for you. And I think that's it. So thank you. Good job, Greg.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, by the way, we have an awesome laser engraving and cutting group. It's on Facebook. I don't think I have a nice, pretty link to it, but if you search for laser engraving and cutting with Jennifer Maker, you'll find it, and it's a great place. So if you're interested in this, come join us in that group, because there's a lot of really experienced people in there who could help you, and as well as people who aren't and are asking questions, and you can learn a lot from them. And I think that's it. So
yeah, we would love to grow that community, honestly.
Yes.
That's one of the things, is like we did tackle some laser cutting stuff early in, but there were just like, we love our people that are doing that. But there's just not a lot of them. We would love to have more of them.
We want more people so we can play. We have more people to play with. So
come play with lasers.
Yes. I mean, we think that there is a lot of growth to come. We think that the introduction of new lasers in the last year or two is going to open up this to us, more people, and the competition, I think, will lower prices and increase user friendliness. So I think that we might be a little ahead of the curve still, right? I keep waiting until, but we're very excited about this, and I hope you are too, because with a laser you can do all sorts of really cool things. Yep. All right, so again, if you have any questions, put them in the video below or the comments below this video, and we are happy to answer them to the best of our ability. And that's it for today. Until tomorrow, this is Jennifer Maker and
Mr. Maker,
reminding you to craft a life you love. We did it. Oh my gosh, awesome.